Why are the European parliamentary elections important? As far as the media is concerned, there are generally three arguments used. The first has to do with just the functioning of the European Union as an organization. Now, the European Parliament is only one of three institutions. You have the Council and the Commission and then the Parliament. And traditionally, the Parliament was the weakest of the three, but particularly since the Lisbon Treaty, there's a so-called co-decision necessary for most of the important decisions. And so the European Parliament has to approve by majority all the important decisions. And as a consequence, when there's a strong anti-EU camp, some people fear that what they call a self-hating European Parliament will shut down the European Union in a similar way as the Tea Party has done here in the US. Now, a second aspect which has come up only recently is that a more anti-EU European Parliament could actually have an effect on the foreign policy of the European Union. Now, the European Union has a common foreign and security policy which is not overly coherent and forceful, but it's nevertheless trying to. And obviously, with the current Ukrainian crisis, this is one of the things that plays a big role. And various of these anti-European parties have spoken critically towards the role of the EU in Ukraine, and some have at least been said to be pro-Russian and pro-Putin. And so there's been speculation that if these parties win in the European Parliament will become more pro-Russian. Now, the third aspect is actually, I think, the most important, and that is the effect of the European elections on national politics. And that is, all the parties, of course, are looking now what is going to happen. And when strongly Eurosceptic or far-right parties are going to win, they might adjust their policy so that in the next national elections, they're not going to lose again. And, well, a couple of months in politics is a long time. For particularly two countries, this is important. Sweden holds elections in September, but everyone really is focused on the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom holds elections in 2014. At this point in time in the polls, UKIP is leading, and that means that particularly the Conservative Party is under a lot of pressure to become more Eurosceptic. Now, to make it even more complex, there is also a referendum coming up in Scotland about independence. Scotland is traditionally much more pro-European, pro-EU than England. At the moment, the difference between the yes and the no camp in the referendum is pretty small, single digits. There's some speculation that if UKIP wins a lot and the Conservative Party will react to that by becoming more Eurosceptic, the Scots might feel more of an urge to become independent because they will fear that under pressure from a more Eurosceptic Conservative Party, there could be a referendum where the Brits vote to get out of the EU, which the Scots don't want.